Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So we are at the sharp end now. This is the last video on the TT02B project performance, and the next one we finally get to run the thing. But before we get into that, I just want to give a massive shout out to Dunk McLean for no other reason than he asked me to. You better be watching. Anyway, yeah, so the last piece of the jigsaw, or for the jigsaw as it stands right now, was the TT02 high-speed gear set. Comes with a 68 tooth spur and obviously the adjustable plate so we can change spurs. Really don't envisage we'll be changing spurs. It's more giving us more option for different ratios with changing pinions. So smaller spur, bigger pinion, higher top end. Not too bothered about the top end at the moment. And we'll get into the gear ratio as this video progresses because I honestly don't know. So yeah, we'll fit that. We'll fit all the electrics in. To start with, because I still haven't ordered a new brushless combo set yet because I don't know what I'm after just yet. So I've dug my old 4370 kV out combo. It's probably on its last legs, but it's still got it's still pretty tasty, to be honest. And I've got a Savox 1251 digital servo. Ultra low profile. That came in the TRF 502, sorry. So I'm going to give that a try, and we'll use the Tactic radio gear, and that's got an antennaless receiver. So by the end of this video, hopefully we'll have this car all working and ready to take out. I do need to have a look at the prop shaft. We do need to thread lock the steering. There's a lot of play in the steering. I want to nail all that down in this video. I don't know why I'm rattling on because these videos are supposed to be short. But anyway, yeah, let's get cracking. Right, so stripped a little bit of the back end down so I can get into obviously this unit because this is what we're swapping out. Also, while I'm here, I want to stick a couple of O-rings in the prop shaft cups. Way too much play in there. Probably do one in each. It does want a little bit of play, it doesn't want to be tight. So let's open, let me just get this and I'll show you it. Because it's the first time I've used it. So this is it, and this is the part number is 54500. As I say, you get your 68 tooth spur, and then you get the bits to put it together. So let's build this up now. Right, so that's a quick changeover. So the spur that's on the kit is a 70 tooth, which is standard. As I say, this high speed comes with a 68. So 4 screws into that alloy plate, and that secures the spur. And that's pretty much it. Nice looking item. So I'm going to pop that back in position, but I do want to put a couple of O-rings in there and take that play up. Right, so that's that in position. Put a red O-ring in either prop shaft cup, and that's really taking that slack up. That's awesome. Re-greased that bevel, so that's good to build up. But now obviously we're ready to fit the motor. So again, on the high-speed gear set comes your little ratio chart. So that's your pinions with a 70 tooth kit, and then you've got a 68, which we've got, but you can also buy a 64. But looking at that, we want to be, so we're in this column, so 18 pinions the lowest you can go, gives you a ratio of 982. Highest you can go is 27, which gives you 655. So right now, we just want to be bang in the middle of that, don't we, really? So I'm going to see what pinions we've got. So in the middle is basically a 22. So let me dig the pinions out and see what I've got. Right, I actually had a really good selection of pinions, and they're all steel as well, which is important. So I'm going for a 21. I do have a 22, but I don't know. I'm going to go for 21. So that gives us, with a 68 spur, that gives a ratio of 8.42. And we've got a lot of scope up and down to change it after that. So yeah, next port of call now is to figure out how I fit the motor to the alloy plate, make sure I get the right hole so the pitch is correct. Right, well that took way longer than it should have done. Now I've read, and a lot of you TT02 boys will know this, when you use aftermarket parts like this, whatever make this alloy motor mount is, different pinions, like aftermarket pinions and stuff, sometimes the meshing is not correct. So and I don't know what make this alloy motor mount is. It could well be Tamiya, I don't know. But I'm going to say it's not Tamiya because of a reason. So it's a 21 tooth pinion, so we've lined it up with a 22, but the gear meshing was out very slightly. The pitch was too wide, so I had to take it back off, reverse it, and I've actually fitted the motor in the 20 tooth position, and that's absolutely cock on now. Yeah, it's quite a strange one, so that's something definitely to look out for. It's quite new to me, that. Anyway, that meshing's cock on now. The only other thing is I've got the motor wires, the position of the motor, I've got the wires coming out the top. In an ideal world, I should bring the motor round so the wires are coming out the side. I've put the body on, it doesn't impact the body, but it's not great. But I'm not going to take it all apart again now just to move that round. That motor's not going to be staying in anyway. Right, let's build it the back end back up. Right, it's alive. So that's how we've done it. Again, this is only a temporary running gear. There's an intermittent fault. I mean, I've had this combo a long time. It doesn't owe me anything. But there's an intermittent fault on the battery somewhere. But hopefully it'll keep going. That noise you can hear is the Savox servo. Again, it wasn't mine. I got it in the TRF 502. But it seems to work fine, and it's not jittering. It's making a noise like it's jittering, but there's no movement. I've not set my endpoints yet. It's a nice quick servo, and then we've got power. So, where are we? Off. So yeah, all good in the hood, as they say. Right, what's next to do? We're getting there now. Because I'm using a carbon battery strap, and this battery, the battery ends don't come out in the middle, it's a very tight fit. And again, because it's carbon, the holes are not going to line up. So I'm going to have to put some little bit of spacer in there, and then the body pin, which is a bit crap. Or, actually, that might be easier, is just pad that with some foam. That'll probably be easy to do it on the carbon bit itself. Anyway, yeah, the only thing I want to do now, I want to look at this steering again and see if we can, well, I have to thread lock these two. Everything else is okay, but I think actually if we just get those thread locked, then this car's pretty much ready to run. Right, just thought I might do a couple more sort of checks. So I put some foam underneath that carbon, which has got a nice tight fit. Again, battery's not ideal, wires should be coming out the middle, then it would fit better. But it's solid, it isn't going to move. I think what I'll do now is we'll just connect it up and sit the body shell on, make sure nothing's impeding. Right, that was a good job we did that, because I had to, you probably can't see it, I had to turn the receiver 180, because I had the plugs coming up here and the body shell was hitting on it. Took it off, reversed it, now there's more space. So that's the body shell on how it should be. Steering, it's okay. It is very slightly touching it, but again it's got too much steering at the moment anyway. Right, so what I need to do next is get the wheels on, because now it's got the full weight in it. We want to just try set the shocks up on the bench before we actually take it out. Right, that's pretty much it. I've not touched the front shocks, so I've just put a little bit extra tension on the back, because obviously it's got a lot more weight in it now. So there's plenty of droop left on it. Obviously you'll see it sink. So I'm obviously running this. Its first run's only going to be on tarmac. So we've got a lot of scope to lift this thing a lot higher. It'll probably go higher at the front than that as well. But right now, although I have got internal spacers in the shocks, I have left, as you can see, droop on front and back for when we do get it to a track. But I think right now that's like running with a slight little bit of rake forward, as it should. It all feels pretty good. The rear diff is pretty smooth. The front diff is a lot tighter, but I think it should be. Steering wise, I wasn't sure if we were going to have enough steering, but yeah, I think looking at that, we are. Interesting stuff. This is like the most I've played with a TT02B. So it's all a learning curve for me, to be honest. Right, she's done. And she's ready to run. And I really am excited about this. It's been a lovely little journey getting it to this stage, and it's been so much fun. I think a couple of people in the comments of this series of videos said it's really nice to see you working on stuff that, you know, that's not mega expensive. Now, granted, I did get this car for free, I understand that, but nevertheless, you know, the kits themselves are reasonably cheap, and I think the hop-ups are cheap as well. Obviously, if you buy them from the wrong places, you know, you're going to be paying top dollar, but if you go to like RC Jazz website, places like that, they're way cheaper. Anyway, just saying. And it's been fun, and I've created something, firstly, that I really enjoy looking at. This is how a four-wheel drive off-road buggy should look to me. I just love it. And obviously, next video, the proof's in the pudding to how it's going to run. But it is only the first run, so I expect to have, well, I'm going to say I expect to have some issues. I don't, actually. It's on a car park. It should run really sweet, apart from those electronics if they give up the ghost. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it steers, how it turns. But again, we're in winter. You know, I don't know what temperatures, but it's going to be well into the minuses when I do this first running video. So whether the oil in the shocks and everything's working properly in the grease because of the cold temperatures, I don't know. But it's a good line in the sand, and I finally get to run it. That's the main thing. So yeah, stay tuned. Next video will be coming next Wednesday. And we'll see how it runs. Probably take the cones out, depending on traction. And I'll probably take a 3S battery with us as well. Might just give it a blast with 3S. If 2S goes to plan and I'm happy with it, then yeah, I might just blast the 3S in there and just have a blast up and down, see what's what. I don't know, we'll see. So my friends, thanks so much for watching. It honestly is massively appreciated. If you are new to this channel and this is the first video you've come across of mine, if you can give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and if you do those two things, go hit the notification bell for our weekly videos. That'd be absolutely awesome. And as always, my friends, the TT02B Project Performance TRF. It's not TRF, is it? It's the TT02B. But you know what I mean, you get carried away, don't you? Happy RCing.